Hi everyone, John here. Just wanted to do a Covid-19 update here in Melbourne, Victoria, and it's been great news in the last week, which I never thought I'd see maybe until after December, but a couple of times this week we've had 0 cases and 0 deaths, and then I think there was a period of 2 days where we had 3 or 4 cases, and I think we had 1 or 2 deaths or something, but then 2 days after that we had like 0 cases, 0 deaths and everything, and I'm not too sure about today's figures, so I hope it's the same. But this weekend a lot of the restrictions were lifted, a lot of people went back to work, businesses were open, so a lot of people were happy, and down to small businesses to large businesses, cafes, restaurants, as well as pubs and all the rest. I don't drink, I don't smoke, so I don't really go to any of them, but for the people that have many reasons to get out, which is just wonderful, I think so many people are so happy about it. I mean, I don't know, but they must be, because look, we've been doing this since March, so we had our first lockdown, and I think we got down to about 6 or 7 cases a day on average, I think. It didn't last very long, and then we had the hotel quarantine debacle, which anyone that's been listening to my videos would know that was overseas people coming back to Australia, and then they had to quarantine for their 2 weeks, and they, of course, all the incorrect training was given to the people who were looking after them. It should have been like maybe the federal government or something, the federal police or somebody taking care of this sort of situation, but they just left it to a private company. So, but the people themselves sort of rorted the system as well, which started off the second wave, because they were letting everyone go out and see people have coffee as though nothing was wrong, and some of these people, of course, had the virus. And then they caught the virus, and then they went on to other jobs, and also some of them were Uber drivers, so they were doing 2 jobs at once and going out and spreading that into the community as well. And but anyway, that's all in the past now, and yeah, I think a lot of people are happy. But that's what started the second wave. But the second wave in some countries has been a lot easier. In some cases it's been a bit harder, but not as hard as what it's been here in Melbourne for us. Apart from the countries that have doing it really hard, and have been from the minute get-go, so from Spain and Italy, I think, is down in lockdown again, and Spain's like having up to 10,000 new cases a day and everything, as America is, and I think England's in lockdown again. So, but there's a lot of countries. I think France is on its way that way as well. So look, it's all the other states. Well, what I was going to say was it's quite terrible for the other countries, and I really feel for them. Look, we don't know what's going to happen here in Melbourne. It may get better, or it is better, but it may continue to stay better. And I hope that we still have like the 20 or 25,000 people that come forward every day that are getting tested, which is actually helping us. So people haven't stayed low about this; they've actually been very proactive, which is great, and I really praise those people. So anybody that's had any type of symptoms, they've just gone through one of the mobile units where you can get tested, and I think that's what people are doing, and that's why we're having over 20,000 people getting tested every day. So if there is any community spread again, then hopefully we can isolate that straight away, and we can excuse me there, and we can trace that, and those people can isolate, and hopefully they get better, and they don't get worse, and they survive, and everyone's happy. So, of course, as you all know, my girlfriend who lives overseas, of course, that's still a long way away for me, because in Australia, I mean, we're waiting for the borders to open, but in Australia itself, even the state borders are not open. So, and people in other states, or premiers in other states, are still worried about Melbourne and Sydney. You've got Adelaide and Western Australia, up in the Northern Territory and Queensland, but they don't have any cases, they don't have any deaths, and they're very, very lucky. Most of them had clusters and it could be traced, whereas like Melbourne, we had community transfer, and in a lot of those other countries that I was talking about, community transfer it's literally a killer. You just can't trace it back, you don't know where it is, and then you've got people that could be going from work and they could live like an hour away from their work, or half an hour away or something, so then they're going into shops for lunch or something, and then they spread the virus in other communities, and people think the medical profession thinks that it started from one area, and in actual fact it's spread like all over Victoria. That's why all of Melbourne went into lockdown, so because it was just too widespread. So, but I've had a lot of people on my channel from different countries have been telling me that it's quite bad in some of their countries, and they're going into a stage 2. Some of them are even stage 3 lockdowns, which nobody wants. It's quite difficult. It's quite difficult to hear people on my channel that are saying that, are going through hard times and everything, because like, I truly understand. You know, if it's as hard a lockdown as what it's been in Melbourne, if it is the same in some of the other countries, some of my people on my channel are telling me, you know, it's not good for the people that pass away. There's no good side to it while it's happening. It's not good for any individual. It's not good for families. It's not good for your health, I think, because a lot of people have put on a lot of weight as well, because you can't really exercise, you can't really get out. And also for people's mental health, it's not good. I mean, anybody that's, doesn't matter what age you are, I mean, you know, if you're locked up, you can't do anything for your mental health. It's not good for that. So, look, even though it's a bit better in our state, and I think even in Sydney, Australia, it's they're having a few more clusters, which can be traced, but you don't want it. That's happening here in Australia still. It'd be nice if all that went away and people could open up the borders, because what I'm waiting for is not only for the borders to be opened here, then that sort of gives consumer confidence to airlines and all the rest to maybe opening up, and then overseas airlines and all the rest, you know, might think, well, you know, if it's getting better in Australia, then maybe we'll let Australians come to our country. The ones, of course, that are COVID safe and they practice COVID safe practices in their airlines and hotels and things like that. So, because if that doesn't happen, which Australia's more or less saying that's even to countries that are going to let us go to their countries, it could be still another 6 months away. So everyone here is only talking about that maybe you could have some sort of what they call a normal Christmas, which is still an abnormal Christmas for most people, because as it stands now, you can't really go around to anyone's house still. You can go out and social distance. I think there's 2 adults and 2 children can go and visit another member of the family, but that's about it. And if you want any more, you've actually got to be in their backyard. You can't be inside their house. Or any group of friends that want to visit each other, you have to social distance. It has to be outside in a park or in the street or something, or still exercising. So it's still quite difficult. But look, like I've said in some of my other videos, one of the really good things is that there's been, it's great that there's been no cases for a while now, but nobody's dying, because I took that really hard actually, you know, because most people that were dying in Australia was because of the community transfer. Everyone went and visited everybody, all their grandparents and all the rest that were in nursing homes, and of course the people that were passing away from nursing homes. Thankfully that's not happening, and as the medical professions, the ministers of health and all the rest in Melbourne are saying that we don't have people that are seriously on ventilators in hospitals anymore, so just such great news. So look, everyone out there, please still do the right thing. I know it sounds serious when I'm talking like this. It's just, I think that it has been serious since March. Now, if you can get your head around that, you know, that's been a long time to be in lockdown. There's been some other countries that have been in lockdown, but I don't think anyone's been in a severe lockdown like Melbourne has, because of the community transfer that got out of hand. So look, to all you other countries that are doing it tough, you know, I think about your situation, and I pray for all of you that things get better sooner than later. But just everyone out there, stay safe, keep your mental health strong. I've been very lucky because my mental health, I'm always a strong person, so I'm very blessed that way. But still, it's been very, very hard. It's been very, very boring. I'm lucky that I've been able to go out to work and at least get out every day. But yeah, everyone else in all the other countries, maybe you can pray for us too as well. You know, hopefully that we don't have a third wave and get any worse. I hope that we get better. But and I'll certainly pray for everyone out there. So please subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for listening. And everyone have a safe and wonderful day. Bye bye.